everybody, happy Sunday. I just decided to come on here on an impromptu live. I hope you guys are having the most amazing day. I know I am. I decided to bag the gym for the day and instead take myself on a date to the beach, which is my happy place. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about doing these types of things for ourselves on a regular basis. How it is a game changer if you're looking to make any sort of major change in your life. If you are learning how to nurture yourself and say no to the things that are not serving you on your highest, best interest, whether you're on a healing journey, whether you just have goals that you're trying to work towards, anything can benefit from this kind of thing. It's very simple. Self-care. The seagull is competing with me right now for your attention. Sorry about that. Self-care is the secret sauce to going the distance. When we're trying to make a change, we're trying to implement new things, we go through what I call the trajectory of emotional healing. And it starts out, oftentimes, it's like a big slope. And you start out up here when you're trying to make the change. You don't know what you don't know. But it sounds good, right? You might be excited because, say, you're one of my followers and you learned that I healed myself of over 30 neurological symptoms and got my voice back after having spasmodic dysphonia, etc., etc. You would say, wow, she did it, and I'm telling you, you guys can too. So maybe you're excited at first. So we're talking about the emotional trajectory of healing, and you might start off on the top of the slope over here because you have uninformed enthusiasm. You're like, yes, I'm gonna do it. I'm on a whim. You have that impulse, that sort of like inner knowing that comes to you, and you're like, I think that this is God telling me I need to do this. So you jump in, you go all in. You're like, yes, I'm doing this. So you go from there, and then you start kind of learning a little bit more about what it takes to actually heal yourself naturally. You have to learn to regulate your nervous system. You have to break out of some of the old habits that are not serving you and that are keeping you in fight or flight. You have to learn to eat better so that you can, again, weed out the viruses and pathogens that are in your body and the heavy metals, detox them out. At the same time, you got to give all of those building blocks that your body needs in order to rebuild and repair any damaged cells and all of that stuff. So when you first are starting to learn about it, you kind of come down on the enthusiasm level, and maybe you have more uninformed pessimism. You're like, oh, yeek, that sounds so hard. I had no idea it entailed all of this crazy stuff. So then you learn, but you're willing to learn more, right? You're willing to stick with it a little bit longer. You're learning, and then so we're down here on the curve, and then you're over here with informed pessimism. You're like, okay, now I kind of get the idea, and you're trying to implement some of the things. You're like, oh gosh, okay, kind of wobbly. Sometimes when we're trying to make those changes, we're inconsistent. We're not like right off the bat, like boom, 100% perfect. And so we're starting to feel a little like, gosh, can I do this? I don't know. And then as we push through those moments and say, I'm still going to do it, even though I'm not seeing the results yet. I'm going to just have faith that it's all going to work out. What if it all works out? That's like one of my favorite phrases to always say to myself. And then once you are starting to do that more consistently, then I guarantee you're starting to see some glimmers of change, of progress. It's not necessarily huge and it's not necessarily consistent, but I promise you will see little glimmers of improvement, and you're like, okay, I'm starting to feel a little bit more optimistic. Now I know what to do, and I'm riding the wave on a higher vibe to then informed enthusiasm. And that's where the healing can gain a lot of momentum. When we know what to do, we know all the steps that we have to take, and we have done them consistently enough to prove to ourselves that we can do it and that it is working. And then it just feeds our fire and our desire to keep going, keep pushing forward, and keep on like that higher trajectory that is going to keep us moving forward and make us cross the finish line of healing. So I just thought I would pop on today and just talk a little bit about taking those moments to give yourself self-care, because that's the fuel that will help you sustain those low points. When we get to those low points of uninformed pessimism and informed pessimism, you need something, because oftentimes when we're making changes, we're taking away our coping mechanisms. We take away the foods that we cling to for comfort, or if we use alcohol or caffeine to prop us up in certain situations, we're taking those away. And it feels really uncomfortable when we do that at first, until we learn to manage our discomfort in different ways and reward ourselves and love ourselves and nurture ourselves in a different way. So I hope that you'll start just doing that little change on a daily basis. What's one thing you can do today to make yourself feel good, make yourself feel joy? Do something frivolous, something like if you were a kid, what would you do? Would you go ride your bike? Would you get a coloring book and color? Would you just watch a silly show that you used to love to watch on repeat, for a couple hours? Whatever it is, take a nap. All of these things, I'm giving you permission to love yourself, to be frivolous and fun and full of joy, and hopefully propel yourself forward to whatever's facing you tomorrow. So you have some gas in the tank to push through whatever protocols, whatever things you're trying to implement into your life to promote your healing. But I just wanted to say hi. I love you. Thanks for popping in to see me. And I got to give you a view. Like, just look at that. I'm so grateful. I moved here a year ago to be close to the ocean, and I knew it was going to help my soul healing, and it has absolutely done that. I'm so grateful, and I get here, I come here every time I can. So happy Sunday, guys. See you soon. Bye.